It's 2 a.m. You should be asleep. But instead, you're lying there, replaying something that happened 3 days ago. A conversation, maybe something you said, maybe something someone said to you. And no matter how many times you run it back, you can't seem to let it go. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you about that feeling. It's not weakness. It's not overthinking. It's actually your mind trying to protect you. And once you understand why it happens, everything starts to make a little more sense. Imagine this. You're at lunch with a friend. The conversation is flowing. And then you make a joke, a harmless one, but nobody laughs. There's this brief pause, an awkward smile, and then the moment passes. Life moves on. But your brain doesn't. Hours later, you're in the shower and it hits you again. That pause, that smile. You start wondering what they were really thinking. You draft the perfect comeback, the better version of what you should have said. You start asking yourself, did I offend them? Do they think I'm weird? Did I ruin something? And the loop begins. Here's the psychology behind it in plain language. Your brain has one primary job, not to make you happy, not to make you successful. Its job is to keep you safe. And to do that, it constantly scans for threats. For most of human history, those threats were physical, a predator, a storm, a rival. But in the modern world, the biggest threats feel social, rejection, embarrassment, disapproval. To your nervous system, being misunderstood by someone you care about activates the same alarm as actual danger. So your brain does what it always does with danger. It obsesses over it. It replays it. It tries to find the exit. The replay isn't you being dramatic. It's your brain trying to solve an unsolved problem. But here's the part that really gets you. The conversations you replay the most, they're almost never about the conversation itself. Think about it. You're not really worried about that awkward joke. You're worried about what it means, about you, about whether you're likable, whether you're enough, whether people secretly find you too much or not enough or difficult to love. That's the real loop, not the words, the wound underneath the words. And this is where it gets even more interesting. Research shows that people who replay conversations the most are often the people who care the deepest. They're not weak, they're wired for connection. They feel the weight of their relationships. They notice things others brush off. They hold people in their heart long after the moment has passed. The overthinking isn't the flaw, it's the intensity of the love and the fear of losing it. Think about the last time you replayed something with a stranger, someone who meant nothing to you. You probably didn't. You replay conversations with people who matter, people whose opinions live inside you, parents, partners, close friends, the ones whose voices have become part of how you see yourself. Now here's the twist, and this one might sit with you for a while. Most of the time, the other person has completely forgotten the moment you've been reliving for days. That pause that shook your entire world. They went home and made dinner and watched something on TV and didn't think about it once. And you've run that same 5 seconds back 500 times. That's not because you're broken. That's because you're carrying something they don't even know they handed you. The conversations you can't stop replaying are not really conversations anymore. They're mirrors. They show you where you're still tender, where you still need reassurance, where a younger version of you got hurt and never fully healed. Every replay is a signal, not a punishment. So what do you do with this? You stop trying to win the conversation in your head because you never will. The version of them in your mind isn't even them anymore. It's a projection, a stand-in for every fear you carry about how you're perceived. Instead, you get curious about the loop itself. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid this moment means? Because when you find that answer, you find what actually needs your attention. And slowly, gently, the loop starts to quiet. You were never replaying the conversation. You were searching for something you've needed for a long time. Permission to believe that even in your imperfect, awkward, too much and not enough moments, you are still worthy of being loved. You are. The conversation is over. You can rest now.